Hello everyone, welcome to another video of FFL 24/7. Today's video is going to be about another stock analysis of Alibaba stock. And why it is about Alibaba stock? Because if you are holding Alibaba stock or if you are planning to invest in Alibaba stock, so you might want to hear about these two updates that I want to share with you guys. So we have been tracking Alibaba stock from our last video, and so far it has been tracking very nicely what we have been seeing in the price action. So if you guys notice, this is the horrible looking chart of Alibaba stock that we are seeing. So we saw the top at around $330 back in October 2020, and then we saw the bottom at around $58 on October 27, 2022. So this is the horrible looking price action that is obviously scaring a lot of people out, and a lot of people are wondering what is happening with this stock, because obviously there has been some conflicting relations between US and China, and that is affecting the price action as well, because a lot of investors are very uncertain about what is going to be the future of US and China relations, and that might be affecting the Chinese stock. So this is obviously not a good looking sign. But the recent visit from the Chinese president did provide some kind of a hope that there might be some stable relation between US and China. But nevertheless, let's get back into the technical analysis of the chart. What we are seeing here, that is not what we're here for. So what I want you guys to focus on is on this little bit micro price action that we have been seeing since October 2023. So since October 2023, the price action has been very horrible for Alibaba stock. So the reason is, let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can clearly see what's going on. So are you guys able to see what I am trying to say here? So this is the clear downtrend channel that Alibaba stock has been following, and it has been respecting this downtrend channel very nicely. If you guys notice, we have been taking some very stable steps down, a ladder down approach all the way to this downtrend channel. And if you guys notice, we have made some very nice touch points at on this trend channel, like 1, 2, 3, and this is the fourth time we are touching this a downtrend channel. So what I'm expecting is we may see a little bit of bounce here, but what I'm expecting is we might be stopped out at again the $78. So if you guys have followed my last video, what we were expecting is we were expecting Alibaba stock would hold above this $78 mark, because that was very critical for it. Because if you notice, that was the last bit of hope for us, because we have supported this level of $78 in the past couple of times, and we were expecting if we see a bounce above this $78, then that might be some bullish price action coming back to the stock. But this recent sell-off that you are seeing is also partly due to the news that we saw recently in the market, because apparently there was some internal memo from Alibaba Leak that one of the co-founder, Jack Ma, if you guys know him, so he reportedly has been calling out for a change at Alibaba. So in an internal memo that was confirmed by several reports, he urged the Chinese e-commerce giant to correct its course. So, and he mentioned that upcoming rivals like PDD and ByteDance, they have been threatening the online retail presence of Alibaba. And he also urged that AI is a big opportunity for Alibaba if they want to compete with other companies in the future. So this was like very strategically and kind of a very well-timed news memo leak that happened right at the support level of $78. So this is obviously a little bit of fishy, but again, this is the news is just a distraction. The charts are telling us the clear sign. So we were at a clear, very critical level of $78, and they just leaked out the news just like that. So what I want you guys to focus on is, if you have been thinking about investing in Alibaba stock, so far it is going to be about catching the falling knives, guys. What I am seeing in the technically, we may see a little bit of bounce, because historically we have noticed when Alibaba has touched this downtrend line, it sees a little bit of bounce, but it is not going to be a whole lot. I am thinking the max we are going to be stopped out at again $78. So what is going to be critical for us is we have to break out of either of these downtrend lines, either below or above. So below is obviously bearish, and if we do break below this downtrend line, then the only bit of next level of support that I am seeing is the $58 mark. Again, why $58 is very critical, because if you notice, we did see a bottom at around 27th of October 2022 that we bounced up. We bounced from this $58 level of support, and the reason it was very critical support is historically we have seen this as the ultimate bottom. So this is the lowest Alibaba stock has gone, and that was back in October 2015 and then February 2016. So we have bounced like a couple of times from this support level, and then we saw a huge bull run that commenced for like about 6 to 7 years, a straight bull run for Alibaba stock. We might be seeing something similar happening again, but this is just for now a speculation, you can say. So we did see a bounce at $58, and what the chart is telling us that this $58 price mark might be coming again for us. So this is so personally, if I want to invest in Alibaba stock, again, this is not a financial advice, just a technical analysis what we are seeing in the chart. So personally, if I would like to invest in Alibaba stock, I would wait for the price to come closer to this $58 level again, because most likely it's going to be getting there unless we do break out above this $78 mark, and we manage to break this upward downtrend line and close above it with a strong volume. Then that would be a clear sign of bullish price action coming back in Alibaba stock. But nevertheless, until that happens, until we break out of either of these downtrend lines, so there is not a whole lot of clarity in the price action, and we are just catching the falling knives and trending downwards. And even if you're planning to buy options, you're just going to be losing out on the IVs, and they're slowly going to be burning your premium. So just I would say just wait it out and see what the market tells us. So that is all the bearish news that I wanted to share with you guys based on the price action. But there is some little bit of signs of hope as well. So if you guys take a look at the last earnings for Q3 that they reported, they did manage to do a double beat on the earnings, the EPS beat and also the revenue beat. So this is obviously a good sign that the revenue beat was not a whole lot, was only $52 million, like a kind of a drop of water in the ocean for Alibaba, but it was again still something to consider. Let me show you one more thing. So this is just the statistics of their earnings of what they have been reporting. So if you guys notice, this blue bar, this is the total revenue of Alibaba stock, and this last one at the bottom is their total net income. So if you notice, this is only a fraction of their total revenue. So there's obviously something going on about their earnings, and things are maybe somewhat not looking that great. But again, we have been getting some very conflicting data from the news and from the CEO and the company itself as well, because recently we did see in news that company CEO has been claiming that Alibaba has never been in a better financial position to invest in their growth sector, and also their earnings are also kind of pointing in some direction. And one more thing that took me by a surprise was this dividend that they announced for 98 cents. So if a company is announcing dividends, that means they are giving back to the shareholders, and they have the money to be able to do that. So obviously they are giving back to the shareholders from their profit streams that they are getting. So that was again a very shocking news, but and again this is a very bullish sign as well if a company is giving back the dividends. So if this continues and they keep announcing more dividends, then there will be definitely some trust coming back into this stock from the big institutions. And also one more sign that I am seeing is the RSI. If you look at the bottom of the chart, this is the RSI, Relative Strength Index for Alibaba stock, and this is also approaching the oversold area. So obviously we are going to either see a little bit of cool off, like a barcoding price chart actions to cool off this RSI, or we may see a little bit of bounce, and and again what is going to be critical for us is to see if we are able to break above this $78. If we are not able to break above this $78 mark, then we are still in a bearish territory. So it may seem a little bit complicated, but let me break it down. So what I want you guys to focus on is only this blue line, that is one of the major fib level at around the $72 mark. So we may see a bit of support at this level, $72, but I am not expecting a whole lot from this level. So the major level that again I would be looking at is the $58 mark if I want to like seriously invest in Alibaba stock. And again, if we manage to break below this $58, again obviously we will be doing further analysis of the price action if we even get to that level. But if we do break below this level, then there is pretty much no hope for the stock, and things might not be looking good, and there might be something that we don't know about, and some people do, obviously. So that was about the quick update that I wanted to share with you guys. If you guys like the video, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.